Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you had tuned into the first video, then welcome back to the second. I did say I was gonna try and churn these out as much as I can. I will be doing the quality over the quantity though. And so, yeah, I wanted to speak about our game today against, well, it was yesterday now. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, we went out to watch the game and with a very good friend of mine, and we're both Chelsea fans, so we left bitterly disappointed. I was very bitter about that result. I'm not gonna lie. That is now 0 wins in 11 against Manchester City. We have not beaten them since the Champions League final of 2021. And if I'm not mistaken, the last time we beat the other big sides like Arsenal, Liverpool, we haven't beaten them since 2021. It is getting very, very, very concerning. I never go into these big games with a lot of confidence nowadays because of the fact that like we'll either draw or lose, and that's it. I don't know. I don't know what needs to change about in these big games. The only big games we are more than comfortable going into are the Tottenham away and home fixture. Because United as well, we don't beat United an a whole lot as well. Even when they're going through the toughest of spells, we never seem to beat them. We either draw. I mean, last season we did beat them with a Palmer hat trick, that very exciting 4-3 game. That was excellent. But other than that, wins against the top six are very few and far between, I find. But yeah, anyway, that's enough about that. Let's get into this game. Yeah, maybe I am stalling because I don't want to speak about how this game went. Largely disappointing. I was not happy at all with what I saw in this game. I don't want to lie. Where do we start? Okay, I guess before we can go anywhere, let's go with the lineups. This was pretty much a lineup I expected from Chelsea. In fact, the only player that I didn't anticipate to start was probably Madueke. I thought Neto would start ahead of him. But yeah, Madueke scored and he grabbed his goal. Brilliant, nice and early on. That was a good start. That filled us with confidence. I'm sure the away fans at the Etihad must have been like, okay, City aren't fully back yet. Let's get it churning. But yeah, well, we'll get into how the rest of the game went. But anyway, yeah, Madueke started and he scored. Um, but yeah, of course, if we're going to get into the lineup, our lineup, we've got to start with Robert Sanchez in goal. Yeah, Robert Sanchez. What can I say about Robert Sanchez at this point? Never was a fan of the signing from Brighton. I didn't think we needed Robert Sanchez. If we're going to spend the amount of money that we did, if you're going to spend £1 billion on a squad and you end up with him in goals, major question marks, major question marks, and a lot. It leaves you wondering more than anything. I don't see the merit in the signing for the most part. I understand he's good at playing with the ball at his feet, but first and foremost, the defense is supposed to feel secure. The team is supposed to feel secure if you're our last line of defense, our very, very last line of defense. And I can't imagine that anyone can relax with Robert Sanchez in these games. That's 2 games in a row, back to back, where he has cost us a goal. In this game, I believe he cost us 2 goals. The first goal, we'll get into that. City's first goal, we'll get into that just now. But he does not fill me with confidence at all. I would love to see Philip Jurgensen start. And if we never saw Robert Sanchez again, I'd be happy. Send him back to Brighton, man. Like, we'll pay Brighton this time to take him back. Like, give him another 25 million just to take him back. That's it for me at this point. I don't see how he redeems himself. I don't want to see him redeem himself. In fact, it's ridiculous at this point. I have never seen a more error-prone goalkeeper. I thought Onana was it, but boy was I wrong. He was right at home. We have Onana at home, guys. But even worse, I don't know if the man has got CTE or like he by himself is contending for the inverse Golden Glove. He's fighting for the fucking the Butter Glove Award. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah. Well, anyway, he's in our team, and yeah, we'll get into his errors. The back four was pretty solid. I was happy to see Reece James, Chalobah, Cole, Kukurea. That's the best back line I think we could have played in the game. Caicedo, Fernandez, Sancho, Palmer, Madueke, and Jackson. Pretty standard stuff. But like I said, the only change that I didn't predict was Madueke coming in. But fair enough. We change our wingers. We chop and change the wingers quite a bit nowadays. And as for City's lineup, pretty standard as well. Only thing that I didn't predict with City's lineup was the introduction of Kusanov and Omar Mamouche straight from the get go. But pretty much the rest of the team, I can't lie. I was looking very forward to the game a little bit because I thought with how Gundogan and Bernardo Silva have been performing, they've been very easy to run through. They don't have the legs in that midfield, and so I thought, look, we've got Enzo, who is in very good form. He's quite physical now. He knows how to place a pass. He's been on a great run. This is his best spell at the club, which is great. And yeah, yeah. I am very bitter about the result, man. I won't lie. I'm finding it very hard to get the words out of my mouth, but we shall try. But first 20 minutes of the game, I thought that was our opportunity to win the game and close it out right there and then. We scored early on. Great center forward play by Jackson. That header back by Kusanov, who did not have a good start to the game at all. He sold his own keeper short, and then a few minutes later, he concedes a yellow card, all within 4 minutes. So I was like, let's go. Let's go. There was Uzbekistani kid, new to the Prem, 18 years old. I want to see the man do well in the Prem, but against us, I was ready to eat. That was supposed to be a very good first half, especially if we had smelt blood as soon as he made that first error. We should have targeted him, I thought. But you know what? He actually recovered very well for himself after the yellow card and the goal. But that's okay. And the rest of the game pretty much went City's way. After the first 20 minutes, we then relinquished control, and City got on the ball, and they never looked like relinquishing it. And we didn't really look like really giving City a hard time. They barely got out of second gear. Like, they were comfortable. And that's what annoys me the most. I'm not happy with the result, and I'm really not happy with the performance. The high line from us was inexcusable, I thought. After like Gvardiol and Matias Nunes, the fullbacks were bombing up and down those flanks, finding each other, combining. How are the two fullbacks combining on us like that? I don't understand. But yeah, I thought Maresca maybe should have tweaked things a little bit, but he did not. So yeah. And also, I want to say this: the player of the match, I thought, in my opinion, was Omar Mamouche. Omar Mamouche had a fantastic game. I thought if you're gonna have a debut, all he was missing was the goal. Of course, I'm happy he didn't get the goal, but all he was missing from that performance was a goal because he was running our defense ragged. He had us in sixes and sevens. We were struggling to cope with him. And we had kept Haaland quiet for major spells of the game, and he did well to get his goal and to set up Foden too. Great centre forward play, but for the most part, he was quiet. Omar Mamouche was probably our biggest worry, and Gvardiol. Josko Gvardiol on that left flank. He had way too much time, and Madueke just did not feel like marking him yesterday. So he just did not feel like it. So he found a lot of success, and the goal he got, and that first goal, right? So Gundogan, beautiful ball over the top. Nunes pounces on the ball. He gets it. He drives. He drives. He drives. Kukurea is tracking him, and Robert Sanchez comes out. I feel that Robert Sanchez should have held his position there, but he did not, and he came out Kukurea almost cleared it, but he cleared it into the path of Guardiola. And the chance would have been much more difficult, at least make it difficult to score against us. But Robert Sanchez is out of his goals. He's in no man's land. Guardiola just slides the ball into an empty net, which was a theme which became a theme in the game. And the second goal, great ball by Edison, who is just a cheat code really at those long balls to the striker up top and catching the defense off guard, because I don't think we anticipated that ball at all. And most defenses, to be fair, when he does get it right, most defenses do not anticipate that, And Chaloba, he got back. It was Holland had so much space to run into. But anyway, Chaloba at least slows him down. Robert Sanchez comes out. He decides, wait, do I need to go back? He retreats a little bit. Then he realizes, wait, should I maybe go and close him again? And that's sort of those dumb decisions like that. Though we can never be a serious club if he is our starting goalkeeper. I know Maresca came out and defended him and said that he has the faith in Robert Sanchez, and that's great. It'll do wonders for his confidence, but fuck that, bro. Like fuck his confidence. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think at this given point in time, he should be dropped, and Philip Jurgensen deserves a start. Otherwise, what was the point of buying Jurgensen? Roy Jurgensen in the games that he's played, at least he's shown us that he doesn't have butterfingers, and he may not be as good as Robert Sanchez with his feet, but Robert Sanchez is making mistakes with his hands now. So I really don't understand. I find it very, very difficult to even look at the highlights of the game just to see if I missed anything. But no, what I saw was the cold hard reality. He's not fit for this club, unfortunately, absolutely not. And I would love to see him get dropped. And let's see what we've got with Jurgensen. Give Jurgensen a good run of games. He's only made one appearance in the Prem. I think it's time to give him a little bit more opportunities. And because the next time, if he's only going to play in the Conference League, these next game is going to be in March now. So I would really, really like to see him start. And yeah, the high line today was a very much of a concern for me, and the tactical tweaks didn't do much. And also, my frustration was with our front line as well. Palmer was anonymous today. You could be majorly forgiven for thinking that Palmer did not even play in the game. He had his one moment in the game where he maybe should have shot at goal, but he decided to put Nico Jackson through. Poor positioning by Nico Jackson. Palmer's running through on goal. He's not anticipating the run, or at least giving Palmer an option to actually pass properly. But Palmer, I don't think he played a good pass. But I think Jackson should do a whole lot better there. And I rate Jackson. I really, really like the dude. I think in his game, there's very little things that he is missing. Okay, it's little things in a sense that it's not a lot, but it is a big thing, the finishing, and at least the decision making once he's over there in front of goal. Because look, Jackson is fantastic when it comes to occupying a defense, making runs, creating chances for himself in terms of the intelligent runs that he'll make and causing confusion within the back line. Because for the most part, Jackson actually gets a lot of chances because he generates those chances himself. And that's due to the runs that he makes. And it makes it easier for his teammates to find him because they know that if I play the ball this way, play it that way, Jackson's gonna run after it, and he's very fast, he's very direct, but it just comes now when he's bearing down on goal. And for the most part, like he'll catch the defenders slacking. They're a step behind. Now he's bearing down on goal, keepers in front of him, and of course, the big old rectangle. And that's when he lets us down. And yeah, it's one of those. I'm patient with Jackson though. I think we need someone to help him carry that burden. I don't think we should be looking to Jackson every single game. And again, £1 billion spent, and our best striker is Jackson, which is not a slight at him or a dig at him, but I expect a lot more. £1 billion spent, and we've got Robert Sanchez in goal. So there's a lot of concerns that I have right now, and if there was ever a time to, get a leg back against City, at least make it 10-1. Fucking hell, 10-1. That sounds much better than 11. No, doesn't make much of a difference, but it's a start of something. And if there ever was a time, it's now to take points off City. Everyone is having a good time against City. Everyone's hoping against them, but we couldn't. And that's what, one win in seven now. So where does that put us? A precarious position. Puts us in a very precarious position. We are now sixth on the log, and Man City are now a point ahead of us. We're 11 on points with Bournemouth, who don't look like they're slowing down. 12-game unbeaten streak, and we are one win in seven. Newcastle are above us by a point, and look, Newcastle may have lost that game against Bournemouth, but I don't think that that's gonna derail them for much longer. It's just one. It's a blip after a 9-game winning streak. 9 games straight dubs. So yeah, and Nottingham Forest concerns me too because I fear that we might not be able to catch them. Arsenal, we might not be able to catch them. The City is now above us when we could have at least put some daylight between the two of us. But things went the way they went, and yeah, our next games are going to be difficult. Every game now is a must win. Of course, every game is a must win, but now even more so because we had put ourselves in a very good position at first, but we've let it slip very, 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 very badly. One win in seven. One win in seven. So yeah, not at all impressed with how my team did. But let me talk about City for a little bit as well. Manchester City, I thought they set themselves up brilliantly today. The introduction of Kusanov, it looked like it wasn't going to pay off in the beginning, but you know what? He regained his confidence after a little bit, and I thought the plan was, I'm sure, to always, look to change maybe on the 60th to the 70th minute. I don't know. I didn't see him playing the entire game anyway. He played 54 minutes. And yeah, not a great debut, but it wasn't a shambolic one. Caused a goal, but he still did better than Sanchez, I reckon. I did not rate that man at all. And yeah, City set themselves up pretty well. They dominated us on the ball. They looked very comfortable all game long. I don't know if we created all too many chances, really. Let me actually have a look. 4 shots on target, 10 total shots. City had 6 shots on target, 15 total shots. The possession was in their way. The XG, if you care about that, it went City's way. Yeah, not a great game from us. Great game from Guardiola's men. This is exactly what they needed. If they needed a reaction after the PSG game where they got ransacked, this was it. And I'm just very pissed that it was against my team, of course. But otherwise, it was very, very good control by City, which is something they've been lacking. I thought that finally Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, who I had hoped that we would run through in this game, they actually performed pretty solid. I won't lie, they were actually pretty good. And like I said, Mamouche, great, great, great debut. Haaland, not his best game again, but got a goal and an assist. We gifted those to him, and the Foden goal as well. That was a cheap goal. Good goal, but cheap in a sense where I feel like we should have done much, much better off like stopping nonsense like that. And yeah, Guardiola and Nunes, brilliant today. They were bombing up and down those flanks, combining with each other. Like, I don't understand how that happens, but yeah, it happened, mate. It happened. And yeah, I look forward to our next game, and I've got hopes that we will beat our next game, our next opponents. I think that's West Ham. Yeah, we play West Ham next week. And yeah, we have to win that. It's at the bridge. Our home form isn't the greatest, but we need a result. We do. A string of results, not just one. But yeah, man. Highly unimpressed by the Blues today. Sky blue was the color. And yeah, that's a loss. Got to charge it to the game. And hopefully Maresca gets a reaction out of these boys. because right now it is looking a little bit bleak. I'm not enjoying the football right now. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will probably be back. Not probably, I most definitely will be back midweek for the final round of the Champions League. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of games today. Well, yesterday. Um, it's early in the morning right now. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of games. It was a busy Saturday, but the game is happening later today. I will be watching. If I post a video, I'll try to, but if not, then I'll probably post midweek during the final Champions League games. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I shall check you guys on the flippity flip of the Chelsea.